If you want to use a custom domain on your Firebase app, there are some steps you need to go through. So we are going to see them in this tutorial. So we are in a fresh new Firebase project. And the first thing we want to do is just enable the authentication module. So we can go here on the left, click on build and go to the authentication section. Now we can go through the initialization steps. Okay, so now we are ready to enable our providers. Let's just enable the email and password, so the default, and then also the Google one. We can click on enable. You can modify this project ID if you want, but I'm going to leave the default. Then you need to set your support email and then you can click on save. Now our providers are set. So we can go into the settings tab here of the authentication, scroll down to authorized domains. And now here we add our domain. And in this section, we need to add the root domain. So for example, consider my domain being testproject.com. So I can just add the domain and click on add. Even if we will use a subdomain for our authentication pop-up, so for example, for the Google provider, here we need to add the root domain. Now we need to go inside the hosting section. And this step is important even if you're not using Firebase hosting for, hosting your application, but you need to go through this step because the actual pop-up is hosted with Firebase hosting. So you need to go just through these initialization steps. We do not care about anything. And now here you can see that we have different domains. And in this case, we can add a custom domain and you can add whatever subdomain you want. It is important that the subdomain is free. It's not used by anything else. So you can see here, it says you can use your a subdomain. In this case, I'm just going to use a test domain as this, app.testproject.com. And then we can click on continue. And it's going to tell me to verify my domain, but of course I do not own this testproject.com domain. It's just fake for this tutorial. So what you would do in this case is just go to your DNS zone and add this CNAME value, and Firebase will create a certificate automatically inside Firebase. You can see here it's highlighting and it says needs setup because it needs, of course, to verify the domain and create the certificate. But let's pretend for now that we did the DNS step. We are almost done. We just need to configure something in our Google Cloud Console. So you can go just to console.cloud.google.com and double check that the project that you're working on is the one you want. So I would just go to all and click on test project. We can go up here and search for credentials. You can see here we have this API, credentials, API and services. We can click on it. Inside this tab, we are going to have here the different OAuth 2.0 clients. In this case, we have just the web client open, this OAuth client 2.0. We have the default authentication URL. And also the auth handler that is going to be used, for example, for the Google plugin. And we want to add our own. To do that here, we need to add our subdomain that we added to the hosting. So in my case, it would be https://app.testproject.com. Down here, we need to add our auth handler URI. So to do that, again, just copy this. So it's just your basic auth domain with this suffix right here, which is exactly the same you see up here. So at this point, we are basically done. We can just close this, scroll down and click save. And in this case, we are going to have everything set. We just need to do one last thing. So whenever you are initializing your Firebase plugin, of course, remember to set your custom domain, which in this case is this one right here. I wrote also a blog about this because you see that you have to go through quite a few steps. So I just wrote a blog. You can go check it out. It's linked in the description. If we scroll down here, you can see that whenever we are initializing our app, we need to remember, of course, to set our custom domain. Of course, in my case here, it would be app.testproject.com. So just remember to modify this and then you are good to go. Whenever you open the pop-up, it's going to use your auth domain. And of course, this step varies depending on what platform and you are targeting and what framework you are using. This was a very fast video. So see you in the next time and cheers.